Hello, dear friends. The basis of consumer society is unhappiness, dissatisfaction, and loneliness that we seek to fill with material things to maintain the production chain. Opinion piece. Human emptiness, feeling of loneliness, unlimited human potential. Physical form hides our light. The future of freedom is bright. Klaus Schwab is afraid of a revolution. Laboratory tests on the Nazca mummies. Ridicule is used to prevent UFO disclosure. Moving forward in search of we don't know what. Let's start. The longing for liberation leaves us wanting, longing for things because I need it to be. We try to fill it with houses, yachts, cars, and vacations, whatever we can, but still the longing persists. The way life is designed, nothing can satisfy that divine longing except God, says Steve Biko. Some people try to fill that longing, that void of unbearable loneliness, with money, sex, and power. All of those who have sought happiness in money have been disappointed. What the Beatles sang long ago remains true. In quotes, tell me you don't need any diamond rings and I'll be satisfied. Tell me you want the kind of things that money simply can't buy. I don't care too much about money. Money can't buy me love. It may be difficult to admit feelings of loneliness, but 1 in 10 human beings feels lonely. It's not just it's not just a problem for older people. Loneliness is increasing among young people. So, are we all destined to feel alone? Definition. Loneliness or human emptiness refers to the feeling of emotional and social isolation that the living human being can experience when he feels disconnected from others, despite being surrounded by people or even in social situations. It is a complex emotional experience and can manifest itself in different ways in different human beings. Human loneliness can arise from various reasons, such as lack of social relationships, an inability to form deep connections with others, a lack of emotional support, or the feeling that no one understands or cares about oneself. It can also arise when a person feels misunderstood or excluded in their social environment. Alternative. If we were to use a spiritual magnifying glass, we would find that we are not alone in the divine states that cannot be bought. Furthermore, the best human experience that physical orgasm can offer is totally ridiculous compared to the mystic's enjoyment of bliss and ecstasy. A being who seeks power for himself or power over another is never happy, whether it be a father over his son, a husband over his wife, or a man over an army. It doesn't matter. The exercise of control never produces joy. The pain simply grows and the actions become more grotesque until collapse occurs. We become what Buddhists call pretas or hungry ghosts, going from life to life in search of worldly objects and experiences that do not satisfy for long. Supposing that we are powerful, rich, and attractive pales to us when the longing for liberation arises and keep us moving forward in search of we don't know what. But all the time, our support team pulls us forward. They can give us the experience of a divine state, and when it does, it is revealed to be far more satisfying than anything mundane. At that moment, we tend to abandon our worldly aspirations and seek more than what we have just been shown: love, joy, bliss, peace, etc. Freedom. Freedom is not just a feeling. Freedom is not free to obtain or maintain. The future of freedom is bright as long as we are willing to pay the price. Freedom is best defended by living human beings, each of us doing our part, wherever we live and whatever our circumstances. The price of free speech comes with the price of kindness and civility, even toward those who express views we do not share. The price of religious freedom includes respect for beliefs other than our own. The price of freedom from misery includes sacrifice and serving those in need. The price of freedom from fear includes facing our fear with faith and courage. Unlimited potential. Mass ascension unleashes unlimited human potential according to Aurora Ray. In a world that longs for something greater, an extraordinary path opens before us. A threshold awaits us in the unlimited cosmos, which calls us to awaken our potential. A mass ascension approaches. Anticipation electrifies our souls. We prepare not with fear, but with a deep knowledge that we are on the cusp of an extraordinary transformation. The celestial energies that flood us are a divine gift, an invitation to embrace our full potential. A new era dawns after a massive ascension. Humanity, imbued by cosmic consciousness, radiates love, compassion, and wisdom. The limitations of the past dissolve, giving a rise to a collective awakening. We enter a world where harmony reigns, and the limits of what is possible expand with every breath. The vision of mass ascension is no mere flight of fancy, but a testament to the limitless potential that resides within each and every one of us. As we surrender to the cosmic embrace, we embrace our own magnificence, for we are stardust imbued with the essence of eternity. In the wake of mass ascension, a new world dawns on the horizon of our collective existence. As radiant beacons, we embody the transformative energies given to us, illuminating the world with our awakened consciousness. Old paradigms crumble under the weight of our unlimited potential, giving rise to a society where love, compassion, and harmony flourish. We are no longer confined by the chains of fear and limitation, but rather fly on the wings of our expanded consciousness. We navigate the intricate tapestry of existence with grace and purpose, guided by an inner compass that aligns our actions with the highest good. The barriers that separate us dissolve, and we recognize the divinity that inhabits each soul. United by a shared vision of unity and peace, we co-create a world that reflects the harmony of the cosmos. In this celestial dance, we honor Earth as a sacred sanctuary, nurturing and protecting the precious tapestry of life, and weaves its vibrant threads across the planet. Our hearts beat in sync with the rhythmic pulse of the universe, and our actions serve as a catalyst for profound transformation. A dawn breaks, the tendrils of our awakened consciousness extend toward the stars, and we become ambassadors of cosmic harmony. We accept our role as custodians of the galactic family, extending our love and wisdom to other civilizations that dot the cosmos. Through interstellar alliances and shared knowledge, we wave a great tapestry of intergalactic unity. The mass ascension journey is not simply a singular event, but an ongoing process of spiritual evolution. We continue to decide to delve into the recesses of our inner cosmos, exploring the infinite depth of our being. Every moment becomes an opportunity for growth and self-discovery, as we embody the essence of our divine heritage. To participate in this cosmic celebration, we must tune our minds through conscious meditation. In stillness, we shed the burdens of everyday life, embracing the cosmic energies that surround us. We silence noisy thoughts and connect with the sacred forces that guides us. Curious. Mission to an underground temple by Dr. Michael Sala. JP was part of a 10-man multinational mission to an underground temple, which was accessed through a portal located under a military installation. He described the temple he visited as being inside the large underground cavern and consisting of 4 white marble pillars, beyond which was a large sarcophagus. Inside was a red-haired giant about 4 meters tall, who appeared to be dead. He was surrounded by beautiful jewelry befitting his status as a nobleman or king. After noises were heard from the sarcophagus, the equipment was removed. When GP's, GP's team returned to the sarcophagus, the giant and the jewels were gone. It was assumed that the giant had been resurrected by some alarm technology. Adds, he adds that China refuses to participate with the coalition in building a combined space fleet and opted to build his own independent fleet. Dorhan points out that China continues to work with the dark side. The UFO disclosure was planned for the end of 2023. He adds that despite the mainstream media narrative, a major war involving superpowers will not occur. He says the coalition is in control behind the scenes and directing the Earth toward the revelation of extraterrestrial life and technology. Elena Dram reveals that Enlil had a hand in the destruction of Atlantis and the Great Flood. Subsequently, Eli and his supporters allowed the development of Abrahamic religions that promoted dogmatic belief systems and demonized alchemical Kundalini and other genome activation practices. Klaus Schwab is afraid of a revolution against the elite. He says that, in quotes, they are coming for us. The founder of the Davos Forum, Klaus Schwab, is not afraid to tell us the truth about unpleasant matters such as that in the future we will own nothing and eat insects. But what does strike fear into Schwab's heart is the prospect of the masses rising up against the system and directing their anger to the elite. Controversy. Doctors in Mexico performed several laboratory tests on Jaime Maussan's mummies last Monday as the controversy intensifies. According to José de Jesús Zalce Benítez, director of the Scientific Institute of Health of the Mexican Navy, the 3 studies were intended to verify the bone structure of the body. The study showed that the bodies belonged to a single skeleton and were not assembled. In quotes, there is no evidence of any assembly or manipulation of the skulls, Zalce added. Notary Carlos Meza, from Unit 35 of the State of Mexico, was present at the studies, who attested to the analysis process carried out by the doctors. Dr. José de Jesús Zalce Benítez, naval sergeant from the Mexican Navy Secretariat, led the study with a team of doctors using X-rays and tomography scans. Upon receiving the bodies, Dr. Zalce stated that each of the corpses had its own skeleton and were not assembled. In quotes, it could not have been the union of a skull or another species attached to this body because the residues of the manipulation of that skull would be seen. The engravings, the fractures, the unions, and there is not observed. A perfect union is seen of the skull and neck, declared Zalce. Likewise, Dr. Zalce stated that structures were observed that suggest that one of the non-human beings was in gestation. During the plenary session of Congress, Maussan declared under oath that they were non-human beings. He claimed they were buried in a remote area of Peru and were about 1,000 years old, according to carbon-14 dating tests conducted by the researchers at the National Autonomous University of Mexico. Through carbon 14 analysis, they were able to show that the bodies had been buried for thousands of years in diatomaceous earth, a type of algae that doesn't allow the growth of bacteria or fungi, which makes its conservation possible. If the Nazca mummies presented by Jaime Maussan in the Congress of Deputies of Mexico are false, then why has the Minister of Culture of Peru denounced him for theft? If they are fake, then why are their internal organs visible on X-rays, including a female's eggs? If they are false, then why have DNA tests sequenced a non-human genome? If they are false, then why have several US scientific institutions been interested in studying them? The case of Mausen has reached international media, as even the president of the Simons Foundation and the independent study team of unidentified anomalous phenomena at NASA, David Spergel, mentioned the discovery and made the recommendation to the Mexican government. The use of ridicule to prevent UFO disclosure was originally recommended by the Robertson Commission of Experts in 1952, responding to concerns about how to control the narrative around UFOs. He recommended debunking UFO sightings. In quotes, the goal of debunking would lead to a reduction in public interest in flying saucers, which today provokes a strong psychological reaction. This education could be achieved through mass media such as television, movies, and popular articles. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.